Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the well-mannered one,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Spook Manor. Get it? It's a pun.
It took me a moment. That's why it took me a moment to say my name.
Yeah. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right, players are trying to restore a Spook Manor through drafting room cards and placing them in various spots to score the most points. So why did we get this game?
In a word, Bruglia.
Yes, our friend David Bruglia co-designed this, so we were very excited to see, what he was coming out with, and we I thought the art was very cute, and we went from there.
Yes. So what do we like about it?
Well, the drafting and tile laying aspects of it, it's very engaging. It's present in a lot of games, but it's done a little differently here than I've seen in other games with the adjacency bonuses and moving the creeples around to score different points. So that part of the game is, like I said, quite interesting.
Yeah, and I personally love the creeples.
Yes.
There is a whole lot of them in the... How many?
Oh, shoot. Don't ask me. I don't remember these things.
It's like 50-something?
I don't think there was that many.
There's like 4 colors, and
Yes.
I thought there was like 13 in each color.
Probably.
So that would be 52, right?
Sure.
Yes. She lets me do the math.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Yeah. So, super cute.
Right,
Fast playing.
Right, and so like I said, in why we got this, the cute art, it's kind of that creepy cute, not like too creepy because it's still kid friendly, but it's not the cutest cute art, but it's cute monster art. All right, so that's everything we like. What do we not like about the game? Well, the accessibility issues kind of make it a no-go for us.
Yeah.
The red and orange on the cards are very hard to distinguish, and there's very small icons. And so unfortunately for us too, you'll need to take a look at our Rolling with 2 video to see more about it. That combined with what we're going to talk about next, the 2-player experience.
Yeah, we got very frustrated with the 2-player experience because of how the game sets up. We see less than a third of all the room cards, which means it undermines the player agency when it comes to the scoring. So in order to help with that, we looked at it and gave a suggestion, put it up on BGG for a 2-player variant where we essentially beef up our decks. So it goes from 23 cards to 42 cards. And the major change is that when it comes time to draft, you'll draft 1, and then you'll discard 1 of the cards. Then hand the rest over and draw 2 cards to have 4 cards. So it essentially would play the same, except it adds 1, more cards that you see, and 2, a greater tactical decision, because then you can maybe deny someone something, or just get rid of the cards that aren't very appealing.
Agreed. Now, I'd like to say we're being very creative here, but this is actually something we've seen in other drafting games and how they handle a 2-player experience when you've got this large random deck and you want to increase the number of cards a 2-player experience sees. Discarding 1 is a very common thing that we have seen. So it's a very simple change and it works really well, and I do believe it does improve the 2-player experience.
Yeah. Another thing we dislike is the rulebook.
Yeah.
It's a bit rough. It fails to mention certain components. It doesn't fully detail some game concepts.
Yeah.
Like when a room comes out and has creeples on it. What does that mean? I don't know. You didn't say, so let's guess. Now,
Right.
I will say I think we did a pretty good job inferring what they meant.
Right.
So we could read past all that, but yeah, if you're picking it up and you're new to the hobby and trying this out for the first time, you might have a lot of stumbling blocks.
Right, in which case go to Board Game Geek. People have already asked questions, and or you can create an account and post questions. The good news is that, at least at this point of recording, there are people responding to questions, so you can hopefully get some clarity.
Yeah. Do we want to say who this is for?
Sure, we usually do this in our rating of the game. But I think it would be a good idea to cover it right now.
Yeah, because I feel we really dumped on it, and we already know it's not for us.
Right.
So I really want to get to who this is for.
Okay, so I really think this would work really well for families who already play a lot of games. And I think that already played a lot of games is important for getting through the rule book okay, and understanding the scoring and not getting overwhelmed by the cognitive potential overload if you're brand new to games. So, I mean, the art, what you do, and everything like that, as we discussed, is really great for families. Parents can help children, but it's going to need to be a family, I feel, that plays games.
Yeah, and for me, I think it's the maximum player count at 6 for hardcore gamers looking for a filler.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of strong bones in this game when it comes to decision making for how to score things. And having 6 players means you're seeing a maximum amount of cards.
Right.
Which means that every choice you make is very important because all the scoring opportunities are in your game. So that's where I would put it, not so much the 2-player.
Yeah, I think you could probably be okay with 5, and then 4 would be the absolute lowest, I think, because again, our variant for 2 players simulates kind of a 4-player game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you could go 4 to 6, but I agree, 6 would probably be the sweet spot.
Yeah, because I want to see at least half the cards.
Right.
Given how many scoring metrics you have to tackle in this game for your player agencies, your choices to really mean something.
I also, since I guess we're doing some recommendations here, if you get this game and it still feels like there's too many scoring things, one thing that's really easy to drop that will not make it, I mean, will make it easier, is don't score for height of the columns. If you just say, for this game, we're not going to score for that, it's one fewer things, one less thing to think about, and it's going to allow people more space to play with where they put rooms.
Yeah, we were actually talking with some friends, and they actually came up with an interesting idea is, why not at the beginning of the game choose only a couple of elements to score?
Yeah.
And then you can actually mix that up from game to game and see how that feels.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things for you to try.
Right. So now
let's get to the review
rating.
rating section. For our ratings, we have each 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, and see what it rolled for us when we add them together. Sarah, what did Spook Manor roll for you?
It rolled a 3. Now, I will have to be honest, I feel like I'm giving it a generous 3. It's somewhere between a 2 and a 3. The thing is, I see the potential here. It has a very strong bone structure of the drafting and tile laying. And I think with some tweaks and maybe trying some of those variants, it will be a really good game. Right now, what's really holding it back is the poor graphic design and the poor rule book, and the fact that this really needs to be played 4 to 6 players, 6 being the better one. So for us, this is a really wrong for us game. But I'm glad we got a chance to try it, and I do feel like there's a solid game there.
Yeah, for me, if I was rating it on its entirety from 2 to 6, it would probably come out to be a 2. Because the 2 and 3 player aspects I don't think are very strong. Now,
and apparently there's solo rules, which I haven't looked at.
Yeah, I'm afraid to touch those.
Okay.
Now, if you were talking about 4 to 6, that would bump it up to a 3. Because like Sarah said, there is a lot of potential here. And I think when you get to those higher player counts, you can actually see it.
Yes.
Of course, you have to work through the rule book. So I'm going to give it a 3 because I like David.
I like David too.
And I want people who are going to enjoy it the most, find it and avoid the people that it's not for.
Right. So, for example, we are going to be sending our copy to our friends because they have a game group there's a variety of gamers in that group, and this will be that good, lightweight filler game for them. So we do feel that there is an audience for this. Like we said, just for us, we're not right.
Yeah, they actually did a really good job at the component quality. I mean,
Yes.
the box of this thing is
Oh, yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
And the creeples are cute.
Yes.
So,
And the card quality is good too. Like I said, for
Very
being
flexible.
Yeah, for being square cards, they're as easy to shuffle as square cards can be, considering it's a large deck.
yeah. So 6 out of 12, not the best score, but I think it's that solid potential. And if you find the right group, it's gonna be a really good fit. It fills a really nice niche.
Yes.
In your game collection. That will do it for us here at Rolling with Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And remember, you don't have to creep alone. You can creep with us because we are Rolling with Reviews.